This one goes there, that one goes there, right?
New from Left Coast Graphics, the Enamelian Falcon spaceship pin. Collect them all.
And Leia, and they run around and you can play with them unless your parents tell you you're too old to play with toys, and you ask them, well, why did you buy me these in 1977 if you don't want me playing with them still? Anyways, there's a solution if you're all grown up and toys are not for you. Here's some enamel pins from Left Coast Graphics. They remind you of those vintage figures of back in the day, and you know what? When nobody's looking, you can pull them off your jacket and go, hey Leia, let's go! And the ships come in these fantastic boxes that you can fold out. And here's the one for Boba Fett's infamous enamel spaceship. This is the pin. It looks fantastic. You could put it on your jacket. But like I said, when nobody's looking, you could fly those ships around. So remember, get your enamel pins with these awesome card backs and these fantastic pins that double as toys, but don't tell your parents. From Left Coast Graphics!
What is going on, everybody? Please let me know if this mic works, because my tests are unsuccessful by myself. Welcome, Mr. 4G, Mr. Rolando, Mr. Duffman. How you guys doing today? Again, please confirm my microphone works. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Works good? Yeah, but how good? How good? Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. All the Canadian loonies I spent on this microphone, it better work. Please feel free to join me. As you know, it's not the same shit talking by myself, man. All right, let me try to share. Okay, it's my first time doing it this way. We'll see how it works. Good morning, Kat. Hope you're doing well. Today's episode is brought to you by coffee. Coffee. All right, so because this is me, all by my lonesome, I gotta play some background music. Maybe I'll play these beats. So, Mandalorian chapter 23, I believe, episode 7 of season 3. We start off with our Blade Runner looking Imperial spy talking to what appears to be a probot droid. Close that up. So I thought this was pretty cool. So this is the big, beefy, huge biceps Imperial triple spy. Is that the proper word? Triple spy? Yeah, one of my favorite parts of this episode by far. I enjoyed this episode. For sure, my favorite episode this season, season 3. As there has been some sleeper episodes that are, kind of reminded me of watching a Dave Filoni cartoon where, we take off on a mission and the mission by the end of the episode is resolved and all the good guys always win kind of thing. But in the Mandoverse, I don't think that's the case where the good guys always win. I think that, we're going to get some Empire Strikes Back like, conclusion, which is cool. Like, oops, that didn't work. All right, that's a flashback from last week, I believe. So yes, we get our first glimpse that Moff Gideon this season. So we're 7 episodes in, roughly 5+ hours, give or take a few minutes. And finally we get the central villain of our Mandoverse so far, and it's a hologram. And he is wearing his original uniform that we, familiar with, except shaved his mustache. So I wonder why he shaved his mustache. Is that like difficult to clone? We'll find out, I guess. Welcome, Mr. Sean Solo. Glad to have you here. If anyone wants to pop on, man, because this is going to be short and sweet by myself, and yeah, this is the way. So yeah, that's how it starts off. We get more of this Blade Runner kind of look, which I really dig. Like, I don't notice the stagecraft, the volume, environment so much when they use it like this. It looks pretty sharp. Um, Again, Blade Runner time. They did this with miniatures and some CGI afterwards, and it looked fantastic. So they're coming pretty close to matching that, but I would like to see a little more real props and stuff made as opposed to just all computer animated backgrounds. It's cool. It's a way of cheating, but I mean, you should have a very high budget, being owned by the mouse. The Lucasfilm brand is a high end, spare no expense type of brand. So I am disappointed if I see something that looks freaking cheap, kind of like the Kenobi show looked cheap to me. I enjoyed it for Star Wars content. The Book of Boba Fett was the introduction to stuff kind of looking cheap, but they did have actual sets and Rancor heads and props built, so it made it a little more realistic. Like, Cranston wasn't a CGI character walking around; it was a man in a freaking furry costume, and he looked badass. So that's the stuff I love to see in my Star Wars. So we get Moff Gideon talking to the spy. Forgive me, I don't remember her name. A cool, iconic image of the Moff. I don't know where he is at this point. Is he on Mandalore at this point? We later find out he's on Mandalore, but has he always been there, or is he on a ship somewhere? So we're also kind of led to believe from some dialogue later that these really wicked looking troopers, we'll just call them troopers for now until we get an official name for them. A lot of their armor based on the Ralph McQuarrie Boba Fett concept art, which is pretty cool to introduce. The chest armor is almost a dead-on match with the whites and the grays. We get a new helmet, which is a good cross between, I'm going to say, a biker scout and Mandalorian helmets, because that T-visor goes all the way down instead of just some black eyes. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed these new troopers we got to see. Welcome, JD. Yeah, it's weekend's just getting started. Talking Mandos. So yeah, I hope everyone has got these figures, on their short list of action figures they'd like to add to their collection, because I'm all over it, man. So we got. Oh, let me not freeze this again. So yeah, we kind of passes through these red walls, which we remember seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi dealing with these red walls when him and Qui-Gon were fighting Darth Maul. Okay, so now this is frozen for some reason. All right, let me figure this out. All right, so that's not working for some reason. Oops. What the France? All right, let me try this again. Add to stream. Oh, come on, man. All right. Let me try this again. Don't know why. I'm a rookie, remember. All right, I think I'm gonna get it to work. Window. Let's try this window. All right, we got some action here. So yeah, these red walls, as I was kind of saying, totally give us those prequel vibes, which is cool. There's been a lot of prequel Easter eggs in this series so far, which is great for those, the 20, 30-year-olds. But yeah, I'm a year older than those 20-year-olds. Being 29, I want to see more of the OG stuff, Hammerheads, Biker Scouts, Stormtroopers, Boba Fett's Rancors, all that good stuff that we're kind of missing out on. But yeah, cool. Finally, we get to see the main villain of the Mandoverse, and then we learn about the new to canon in live action. What are they called? The Shadow Group, the Shadow Collective, and we learn Hux's father is now part of the Star Wars lore. And cool thing about this character, somebody Hux, is played by Domhnall Gleeson's actual brother in real life. So it's pretty neat that they can cast in that way. And I don't know if they're just lucky that Gleeson's brother is also an actor, but maybe we'll see his acting chops in the next episode or in future episodes of the Mandoverse, because I don't think this character is going away. We also see Shadow Collective. We also see another character brought to canon. This gentleman here, he is, because I don't memorize all these freaking names. He is Grand Admiral Thrawn's, next in command. So he probably knows where the Grand Admiral is, where maybe Moff Gideon and the others do not know where he is. We'll find that out, I'm sure, though. So cool that we get to see. I don't know what noise I hear in the background. Let me know if you guys hear it. I'm not playing nothing. Nope, not playing nothing. So yeah, someone's gonna let Thrawn know what's going on, whether it's this guy or whether it's the Moff himself. Back to Navarro, where the IG-11 statue used to be. It looks like just a pile of rocks now for the Jawas to hang out and wash their furry hands. I don't know what they're doing, but we get this glimpse, kind of get that Millennium Falcon kind of look with the opening at the front. Pretty cool. And then, we got oh my God. We got the logo underneath. Oh, that guy looks pretty cool. See, I could play that guy. We got the Mythosaur skull paint. That guy looks pretty badass. The Mythosaur skull is painted on the bottom of that ship. So who's doing this painting? Like, how many weeks and months would it take to paint something so big on the bottom of like a Star Cruiser, a huge ship like this? Which I believe used to be Moff Gideon's ship before, the Night Watch guys grabbed it. So we got the glamorous Grief Karga back in this episode. Looking out his patio, see this ship. Everyone's all worried it's the bad guys, but no, it's the Mandos. They're coming to live on our planet now. This copper droid looks pretty cool too. So yeah, we got a better look at the paint on the bottom. My mouse is being really bad here, but this looks pretty badass. More of this logo. Every time I see this, I just think Boba Fett, Lord Boba Fett, the true ruler of Mandalore, who I believe will be the one leading all the Mandos to victory. And if someone's going to be riding that Mythosaur, it ain't no Bo-Katan, it ain't Mando, it ain't Baby Yoda, Grogu. It's going to be Boba Fett, I think. And wouldn't we be surprised if Boba Fett's sister showed up? Actually, he's got two sisters now. So now we got two sisters to deal with. I don't think it was the baby dragons because I've seen a few people talking about it, and there's no wings on the creature. It doesn't look like wings; it looks like limbs. So it could be. It'd be pretty sick if they ate those things that they captured or saved. Didn't they save them because they slayed the mom? So yeah, that would be. I think that'd be pretty silly if they did eat those flying creatures. But let's move along here because I don't have a lot of time. StreamYard is limiting me um, to only so many hours in a month, which I don't know. This is new to me, but either way. So lots of rumors that people are thinking that the armor is a spy. Only about 5% of me believes the armor is some kind of a spy because the way this episode was written and directed, how she kind of sent the crew to Mandalore. She kind of escaped Mandalore with some injured people to go up to the star cruisers and spacecraft and stuff like that. And they kind of went back and forth showing her, even though it wasn't really that important, to kind of make it seem like something was going to happen to her, like whether it was space battle or her, confirming that maybe she is, loyal to Thrawn and the Empire, which I really don't believe. Hello, Mr. B. That's not Mr. B. This is Mr. B. So we'll get more looks at some of the Mandalorian outfits, which is always great to see. We've seen so many different color variations and stuff, but this youthful helmet, this was kind of a new style we haven't seen before. They all got a little bit of different, shape, and there's a curve to this one that it's kind of straight on a lot of the other Mandos or the Boba Fett's that we see, Din Djarin also, but it's cool. We haven't seen many of these females because this clan likes to keep their helmets on, where the Axe Woves and the Blue clan, we'll call them, they do like to take off their buckets. So interesting to see. If anyone's a spy, it might be that Axe Woves guy because he's a total pussy and gets beat up by girls. So yeah, Axe Woves is officially a pussy in Star Wars canon. That should be up on Wikipedia by now. He's definitely a pussy. So screw that guy. Okay, so we get the Mandos. They're all coming together, including young Ragnar at the front of the line. And again, they're showing Ragnar the last 3 episodes, even though he has no lines. He's just there. So I think young Ragnar might be pissed off at the beginning of the finale episode, and we'll see if something develops with young Ragnar's character, and maybe in the future when he grows up a little bit, because I think some time will pass between season 3 of the Mando, and if there's a season 4, or if there's a book of Boba Fett part 2, or even the Ahsoka series. I'm sure a little bit of time will pass, so maybe young Ragnar will eventually be, teenage Ragnar, or 20-year-old Ragnar. We'll have to wait and find out. But yeah, so some of these guys got skirts on. Some of these guys are freaking big, and I'm not going to call him fat, but this guy's huge compared to the size of his helmet. And the heavy Mando, there is a couple of other heavy Mandos that they don't have a lot of screen time, but there is a heavy Mando with very similar armor and helmet on the blue team, the Axe Woves' team. So maybe we get a little more screen time, just because I love the uniforms and the armor that these guys wear. It just looks so badass seeing all these different characters in their helmets. Yeah, I hear something in the background. I have no idea what it is. So I'm sorry if you guys hear it too. So helmets come off. And the armor is the one that's like, it was kind of her idea. Hey, let's send some people back down to Mandalore. We need some volunteers. So Bo-Katan kind of leads that I like we got the good, what is it? The Predator style arm shake with Apollo Creed here and Din Djarin. That's pretty badass. I think they've done that before, but it's always cool to see. We got some Carillion whiskey, I guess. I don't know who Mando's going to share that with. But is he going to take... I thought we were going to see cereal here. But no, we don't. We get to see the new and improved IG-12, piloted by one of these frickers. I don't know if I can get away with that. I do want to play the best scene from this, though. But yeah, pretty cool. We kind of, if you didn't know, you know, many of us, because there's spoilers and shit out there during the production, many people knew that there was an IG-11 mech droid for Grogu to ride in. It was kind of rumored during the production, and, you know, a lot of these, basically all of these rumors that were leaked kind of became true. None of the rumors that were leaked became left coast theories, because that would be cheating. So I never claimed that Grogu would be riding in a mech suit, but I did know it was known. And I'm not gonna lie, I totally cracked up, and I was excited when the scene was happening, but then the laughter happened. No squeezy, bad baby. Best line in this episode by far. So, agree with me or not, it's pretty cool, man. It's any way you can bring back, you know, Taika Waititi's voice, even though he only has 2 words.
So what do you think? They do nice work, I'll give them that, but...
I'm trying to get some audio here.
Yes.
He's already pissed off, but I thought this was badass, and I'm already looking forward to the action figures and toys that will come out of this. So don't hate, man. It's a cool creation. I'm glad they did this. I have a feeling that, so now there's some rumors are next episode Din Djarin might die, etc. You know, who's gonna die? The show's not about him anymore. I don't believe any of that crap. But hell, man, what if they killed off Grogu here in his mech suit? Grogu kind of saves the day, sacrifices himself to save his papa Din Djarin. I think that's a little more realistic. Although we all, you know, we would love to know what happens to baby Grogu. He might have outrun his course, but you never know. He's still a popular character. It's all the toy stores are full of baby Grogu merchandise. 3 years after his debut, so how many more years they can milk that? We'll soon find out. But yeah, this could very much be one of those little dragon birds. It's, you know, it could be the same size, but it would look more like a chicken with wings. I could be wrong. It'd be pretty sick if they were eating those little babies. So yeah, we got a big feast. Sasha Banks, I think, has 1 line in this episode. Put some more Mandos. So now here's Bo-Katan, you know, saying, "Hey, well, I need some volunteers." And I think we all kind of guessed who he wanted to volunteer, and they all did. All the main characters that we've been following. So yeah, a little bit of dialogue here. That looks so badass.
It's worse than I thought. I was here when it happened.
So now that character, probably the only other Mando we've seen speak that hasn't, you know, been given a name credit or an acting credit in the credits. I looked, I didn't see any credit for this Mando that spoke, but maybe that's an error on their part, or maybe they're hiding something from us. Maybe it's someone will be introduced in the future. But yeah, so the Mandos are back on, Mandalore. Now this is frozen up again. Okay. And then we get back to all the frickin' stagecraft stuff. So all of this was 100% stagecraft, and it looked it. Like how the clouds were moving, like, at 8 times the normal speed of what clouds move. I thought that was kind of strange looking. But the Mando pirate ship was pretty freaking cool. I dig that. Why couldn't these guys be the spies? Since, we knew nothing about them. The Mandos didn't know they were there. They're very surprised when Skinny Pete showed up. So Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad is now officially in Star Wars with Moff Gideon. So pretty cool. We got 2 actors from one of the greatest TV shows of all time in the Star Wars universe. I think realistically these guys could be spies over, some other Mandos we already know, but time will tell. These guys, it looks like they've been there the whole time. Lots of dark scenes here because they're hiding all the stagecraft. I think we're coming up to a scrap. So yeah, we got Heavy Mando and the Pussy Axe Wolves playing some space chess. I'm probably missing some important dialogue and stuff here, but I'm trying to get to the space chess here. Oh yeah, you can't do that move. Oh, we got different rules. Vibroblade comes out.
Should I step in?
Neither side can step.
So you're not allowed to stop a fight, which I think they need to make new rules. Where's the bad baby? So bad baby breaking up the fight. That was pretty cool. I guess they gotta utilize that mech suit in as many scenes as they can. There are some other big Mandos that they're just hidden in the background. I don't know if they have the big rifles like the Heavy did, but there's definitely more Heavy style Mandos, and I believe they're on the Death Watch, faction. Sweet. Yeah, because you don't want Axe Woe's figure. He's a pussy. No one likes him. Well, I don't. They would tell for food. Yeah, very much Kang from the Ninja Turtles. Otherwise, it's a freaking badass toy. Like, who doesn't want a remote control IG-88 toy? So it guarantees there will be some children's type toys as well as adult collectibles. So Hot Toys. Give it a week before Hot Toys reveals, IG-12. And then a deluxe version that comes with. So yeah, they kept flashing back and forth with the armor flying these injured folks up to the spaceship. This guy, I believe, is the fleet commander for the Mandos, because I think that was leaked in a Lego set. So this particular guy, we'll see him again. I have a feeling those guys are the bad guys. The guys with the Pussy Axe Wolves, the former Death Watch. And we get another giant beast. And literally, very quick scene. They didn't fight it. It just smashed their pirate ship. That was that. And they're like, we're now on foot. So that was interesting. They didn't even fight this thing. I think it's a curveball to make us think the armor is a spy. Yes, I agree. I think they want us to think that. But I think the Mandos supposedly left on Mandalore are the spies, and the ones supposedly injured will take over the fleet. Yeah, I think that's pretty close to what could happen. Like that, this episode was titled "The Spies," and it could be all of the Mandalorians that went to Mandalore could be the spies. They're going to check out Mandalore to see if they can, live there again. So it has multiple meanings, and they want us to believe that, and we'll know who the spies are in the finale, guaranteed. So word has come out yesterday that the finale episode is apparently a 38-minute runtime. So a short one, but hopefully, an action and story-filled finale, because we'll be waiting a little while before we see the Mandoverse. We're going to have to wait till the Ahsoka series. And whether they continue on where Mando left off, or rumor has it the first 4 episodes are all flashback themed or timed, and then the second half of the Ahsoka series will be up-to-date Mandoverse timeline. And maybe some time will have passed too. So it'd be interesting if we see Ahsoka meeting Luke, because we haven't seen that introduction. So yeah, and these pirates, once they're down here in the ground, they're like, oh yeah, no, we got to go further, deeper underground. So that was kind of, suspicious. Let's just keep going. And they all lived. Those 3 pirates that we saw, Skinny Pete and the other 2 guys, they all lived at the end of this. So the only one that was captured was Din Djarin, and I think that was the goal. I think they were after Din Djarin because they want his mojo. Moff Gideon wants to make an ultimate clone, whether he steals the mojo from Grogu, from Din Djarin, from perhaps Darth Maul even. The Emperor, the Snoke theory is still going to be visited in this show without a doubt. Hello, Lobot, sir. How you doing? All right, so yeah, well, why take your helmets off all the time? I don't get it. Then we get the new, what do you call them? They're not named yet, but in the cartoons, they were some kind of super commandos, all flying in their jetpacks. The gunfight begins. Pretty good battle. The Mandos, they're not scared. They're very much, running into the battle, like without giving any shits about getting shot. They do get shot lots, as you see, lots of them getting blaster fire off their helmets and off their chest plates. You see when Mandos and Bo-Katan are killing these guys, they're shooting them like in the neck, because it's been revealed that these guys are wearing a form of Beskar alloy in their armor. So pretty cool. They got some little light up features too. Oh yeah, here we go, shooting them in the neck. Many got just thrown off cliffs, which is pretty cool. And the final battle with Heavy Mando and these Super Troopers. For the love of Zuckus, how you doing? Mr. Captain Spaulding, welcome. Thanks, guys, for showing by. If you have not already, please hit that like button. This is going to be short and sweet. Where we go? So yeah, we don't see any noticeable deaths, but Din Djarin eventually is caught on the other side of the wall. Well, they're all caught on the other side of the wall, and for whatever reason, Bo-Katan, to get out, cuts like a little child-sized hole. Oh, we're not there yet. We got the introduction of Mandalorian armor Moff Gideon. Now, again, this is another kind of rumor or leak that Moff Gideon was going to have a new look. And a really good introduction it was. He's got the little rockets on his knee, the knee darts, kind of like Boba Fett and Mandalorian have. All black on black Mando armor with some red accents. Badass, man. This will make a great action figure as well. Does he have a cape on? He can't have a cape on because he's got a jetpack. Yeah, he's got his jetpack. Oh, he does have a cape under his jetpack. Interesting that he has a cape under his jetpack. But yeah, that one looks like a female. Her neck is very thin. But again, a new shape to the helmet. He's got some horns. So what's that mean for, like, the Darth Maul story that we know? Is he a Maul loyalist? Does he have, as Maul is apparently dead for the second time, does he have some of Darth Maul mojo? Is he going to use Darth Maul for this ultimate clone? Because it kind of sounds like he's cloning himself, the Moff Gideon himself. Like, I don't know him as a great warrior or anything, so I'm not sure why he would want to clone himself. Something we really don't know there. But yeah, these Super Commandos, they all look kind of skinny to me. Like I said, some of them look like females. I could be wrong. But we're led to believe that these are actual clones. And not clones like, Tamara Morrison clones of somebody else. So, be interesting to find that out. Oh, that music I hear is what I'm playing. So, yeah, the Mando gets captured, which, I don't know, I'm very surprised at. Like, he's got, whistling darts on his gauntlets. He's got knee darts. He's got all these things that he's used through many of the episodes in the first 2 seasons to just kill, like, a dozen stormtroopers or foes. But here, it's kind of like, he didn't take a shot. Nobody shot him. He got a couple of wires around him. So I don't get how he got caught so freaking easy. So maybe Mando's a spy. But no, that was kind of weird. He did get caught very easily. Nobody really did anything, which also kind of surprised me that they just sat there and watched. I'm sure if they really wanted to, they could have blasted through that door instead of the door behind them. Why they became all pussy all of a sudden. There's a TIE bomber, TIE defenders, all hanging like bats in these caves, which is pretty cool looking. So I think we see a good space battle in the finale. But we need to know, I'm assuming the Mandos have a good fleet of ships at their disposal as well. Not just those big cruisers and Bo-Katan ship. They must have a bunch of other, what do they call them, Fang fighters, Mando kind of fighters. But yeah, even the helmets look like they have different sizes. Like this helmet looks a lot wider than this helmet, which just kind of gives me that weird inconsistency. It's a great looking helmet though. I really dig it. So we get some dialogue here, and very nice to have Giancarlo using his acting chops. He's a phenomenal actor, and finally we get to see him 7 episodes into the season. 7 episodes in, and in the final, 6 minutes of the episode as well. So yeah, then I'm going to cut this really, really small hole that everyone can fit through except Heavy Mando. So that I thought was pretty piss poor on her part. Like, come on, man, he's not fitting through there. There's no way Paz Vizsla is fitting through that hole. Or how is IG-12 gonna fit through that hole as well? Like, can Grogu make him like bend over and climb stairs and all that fun stuff? I don't think so. He's just a baby. So Paz Vizsla stays behind, probably because he can't fit through the frickin' door.
There are too many. No.
This is the way. So very cool scene. I think we're meant to be really sad here, but it's not the main character. He's just one of the more badass characters. So I was upset to learn over a week ago. I was spoiled that I knew that this character was going to die. And that pissed me off that I found it out. I would have liked to have seen it happen on a screen, like in the final moments of this episode, instead of it being spoiled by the internet. So those people that got to see this episode at Celebration, not all of them kept the shit secret. They spoiled the shit on Twitter. So thanks, Twitter. So yeah, I see how much his gun overheated. Like he exhausted the life of his repeating heavy gunnery kind of thing. And all he's got left is his vibro blade and his little, you know, pussy disc thing. But then we got the three Praetorian guards with a new look, new Mando style helmets, and these guys were big and beefy, like just as big as Tate Fletcher. So that was pretty cool because I don't think they were so big and beefy in the sequels. They were just had a certain fight style. And the fight choreography wasn't the best in this scene. It was just a bunch of big guys, swinging around some light swords and things like that. But yeah, they got them pretty good, man. Each of them got a good jab in, and they took them down. So yes, it was a sacrificial death by Paz Vizsla. So I'm going to tell you right now, his son Ragnar is going to be pissed, and he's going to have to pay back somebody, I think. I don't know who, but yeah, his character is becoming more and more important now. Yeah, so I got through that pretty quick, didn't I? And I'm only going through this quick because StreamYard has limited, my monthly hours. I streamed for like 15 hours last week, and apparently that's my limit. 20 hours is my limit. Oh, Batmobile. I've seen lots of great, I'm not going to say great. I've seen lots of reviews and photos of people getting their McFarlane Batmobiles, and for whatever reason, the cockpit is gray instead of black like the Batmobile is. The Batmobile is not gray. So I don't know how that got approved and made it to production, but oops. Your black and gray Batmobile. I hope you like it. It looks pretty cool. It's got a great price point. But yeah, I don't know, man. And I watched two grown men for 58 minutes try to put a cape on that Mezco Batman. So I don't think that Mezco Batman is as cool as everyone wanted it to be, because I think that was a 2-year wait for that action figure with the seamless silicone body. It looks cool, but for the $100+ you're paying for it, it should be a lot cooler. I am not Batman. Batman is a pussy. Leadership? No, they kind of asked for volunteers, right? So when they asked for volunteers, Vizsla stepped up. Mando stepped up. What a dozen people. Maybe there was about a dozen of them that went down, and then the armor herself like, I'm going to take these sick and injured people up to the fleet, and now we have to assume that fleet is fairly large. Don't know for sure how large it is, but we know from seeing the scenes where all the Mandalorians are like converging and having their feast, it looks like there's maybe 40 or more of these Mandos. We kind of need more if they're going to be fighting the Empire and the First Order and shit like that. They're going to need more than a couple of dozen Mandos, I think. So who is going to come save the day in the finale? Is it going to be Boba Fett? Is it going to be Bosk and his Kenner mini rig? I don't know, man. I think we're going to get a big wow moment, kind of like we got Luke when he showed up. So I don't know, man. That's gonna be. Hey, good day, Michael. It's gonna be very hard to top Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker coming in and saving the day. But you never know. It could be Luke again. Grogu could be sending out some voicemails to Luke. Hey, we need some help. My daddy's been captured. Will the season end with Mandalorian being captured still? Is that gonna be our Empire Strikes Back type finale where the bad guys win and we're left to wonder, well, what's next? I kind of think something like that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see the Mando get killed off. I think that'd be kind of silly to kill off a main character, even though we're three seasons in. frozen carbonite. There you go. Like, we haven't seen carbonite in a while. Since what, episode 1 of The Mandalorian? Very interesting. We haven't seen the N1 Starfighter get blown up yet now that Hasbro's made a toy. So I expect the N1 Starfighter to get blown up now. That's the way it is, right? Excuse me. So yeah, I don't have a lot of predictions. I think someone will die. I was really hoping we get to see Tate Fletcher underneath the heavy Mando helmet. Sadly, we didn't, but maybe we do eventually get to see the armor, Emily Swallow underneath the helmet, whether she's a spy or not, whether she's Omega or not, because if Omega's alive, she's somewhere. Sabine could definitely be one of these Mandos, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be too much because she's already got a story with her long purple hair. I don't know. You couldn't hide that purple hair from us, I don't think. It's a possibility, they can send out those voicemails. What's up, G-Force? I would like to see somehow Boba Fett is in this series this season, because I really do think he's one of the key characters in all of Star Wars, let alone the Mandalorian and the Mandoverse. Boba Fett's a very important character. There was a lot of hate for his debut in the Mandoverse. I really dug him. I think he's still one of my favorite characters. On and off the screen, he had some mystery when we were kids. Now we have a little less mystery, and we're learning Boba Fett's backstory, but in the current timeline. So, Return of Jango Fett. Hey, somebody's being cloned by Moff Gideon. So, I don't think it's Tamora Morrison. I think there's got to be someone else that's more badass than the original Jango Fett. Could that be Darth Maul? Could that be, another Jedi that's passed away? We'll have to wait and see. But so before StreamYard kicks me off for only having an hour worth of StreamYard time, I got to say this.
Left coast is the best coast.
It's true, all of it. So yeah, that was my quick and dirty Mando chapter 23, episode 7 of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Kind of hoping my audio sounded good since I got this fancy smanchy new Thrawn microphone. Jango was the heritage, correct. So that's why I think Boba Fett is so important to this story. Where, come on, fucking StreamYard and the fucking click, it won't let me do stuff. I love all the crossovers in the series. Yeah, me too, man. It's the more, the merrier. Like, I love the Easter eggs. I love the Easter eggs that are more oriented towards me, the older generation. But it looks like this season was very heavily focused on the younger generation of Star Wars fans from the prequel trilogy, as we've seen so many of these Easter eggs and references to that series and tying the Mandoverse to the prequels. But now we know they are trying really hard to tie the Mandoverse to the sequels. And I'm okay with that. If they answer a couple more questions and add more to the lore, I am all for it. So bring it. Just don't kill my favorite character, Boba Fett. Please don't. Mandomania. Yeah, I'm loving this season 2. I'm not gonna lie. The 2 episodes prior were very, I don't know, we're kind of piss poor in my opinion. I don't like the Filoni influence as much as some others. I love Filoni. I appreciate him for what he does, but I personally am more of a Jon Favreau fan. Jon Favreau saved the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jon Favreau saved live action Star Wars when The Mandalorian debuted. So I give a lot of credit to Jon Favreau over Filoni, but I think they work good together. I don't think there's any headbutting between these two and Kathleen Kennedy or Bob Iger or Mickey Mouse himself, for that matter. I think they're all the bestest of friends, and they just count all the monies on a monthly basis. How much money can we make? And bring out the Kenner action figures and write the next story. That's all I want to see. So thanks for coming by. Oh, what we got? Maybe Ray comes to save them. I think Ray is just a child. I don't know. If Ray comes in the Mandoverse, I'd be shit, man. I never even thought about that, dude. I have to go do some calculations. But I'm happy that there's a new Ray movie coming out. I'm not hating it. Any new Star Wars, I'm good with. I waited so fucking long for new Star Wars content my whole life. So yeah, the more, the merrier. I don't think Mickey has a choice. I think Kathleen has a lot of power, and if they want to make new Star Wars, they'll make new Star Wars. If they keep changing their announcements every year, I think it just means that there's more Star Wars. So all of these, theories and whatnot, bring it. I want it all. I want all the Star Wars. So I'm going to leave you with
new from Oakhurst Studios and Vern Lab Technologies. It's the Battery Daddy Caddy. Get yours today. Available at Walmart for $9.99.
Yes, it is. That is from my my early bird, my jumbo early bird set. And I don't know if you guys saw some of the goodies Gentle Giant showed off at Celebration, but lots of goodies, man. Lots of goodies. Happy to have worked on some of them. I can only say so much, but more jumbos. Bring them. Thank you, JD. Thank you, Michael Reed. Mr. Connor Fuller. Good day, sir. More Bud Light and Star Wars. Yeah, it could happen. Could happen. But please don't. Yes, get your battery daddies now at Walmart. Welcome, Mr. Roz F. So StreamYard hasn't kicked me off yet. I'm quite surprised.
And Leia, and they run around and you can play with them unless your parents tell you you're too old to play with toys, and you ask them, well, why did you buy me these in 1977 if you don't want me playing with them still? Anyways, there's a solution. If you're all grown up and toys are not for you, here's some enamel pins from Left Coast Graphics. They remind you of those vintage figures of back in the day, and you know what? When nobody's looking, you can pull them off your jacket and go, hey, Leia, let's go! And the ships come in these fantastic boxes that you can fold out. And here's the one for Boba Fett's infamous enamel spaceship. This is the pin. It looks fantastic. You could put it on your jacket. But like I said, when nobody's looking, you could fly those ships around. So remember, get your enamel pins with these awesome card backs and these fantastic pins that double as toys, but don't tell your parents. From Left Coast Graphics!
Do you think Grogu will appear with Rey in building of the new Jedi Order? It's very possible. Like, it's many, many, many years in the future. I'm not even concerned with that storyline at this point. There's, 4 TV series and 2 movies coming out before that. So they haven't even written that shit yet. So if any of these people on YouTube that are showing, oh no, Rey's pregnant with Chewbacca's baby, and just piss off with that shit, man. They haven't even written the freaking movie, let alone filmed it with Rey pregnant. Like, I don't know. I can't stand a lot of that. The hate, man. Love the Star Wars. Don't hate the Star Wars. It's all for our entertainment. So why would you dog on something that gives you, excitement and fun and joy? How fun is that when all you do is, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, and I hate those? Like, it makes no sense on why people would enjoy to watch people spread hate is beyond me, man. It's almost like bizarro world. So, this is the way. But thanks everyone for stopping by. Please and thank you for hitting that like button. And if you comment below in the comments, left coast is the best coast. Anything fun, it helps the YouTube algorithm so more than you 13 people get to watch this episode in the future, because I'm still thousands of hours away from any type of monetization, and it'll happen. I might be 49 years old by then. Oh, how's cute. Yeah, I love you guys too, man. I appreciate everyone for stopping by and checking out me doing live on my new microphone testing. Hopefully it sounds good. And enjoy the rest of the week. And I know Hey Vern and some other nerds are going to talk some toys. I believe, 11 o'clock? Or I think they're 12 o'clock. I think they're 12 o'clock. The toy Menage a Trois on YouTube. Talking action figures, and they're probably going to make fun of all the things I just said about the Mandoverse, but hey, I can take it, man. I'm bigger than all of them. So thank you very much. And
I'm just a tourist.
I'm just here to have fun, man, and play with my Star Wars. Yes, can you look at how many channels you have blocked? I think you can, right? I'm 20, 30 channels that I've asked YouTube, please do not recommend this garbage to me. Why do you recommend this crap to me? No one wants to see it. So I don't get it, man. Yeah, so enjoy your weekend, everybody, and this is the way.
The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen, and listen good. I'm talking to you. When a new kid moves in on your block, what's your attitude? Do you figure, what do we need him for? Well, I pity the fool that makes that mistake. You want to know why? Then watch what happened in San Francisco when a new member joined our team and tried to help solve the mystery of the golden medallions.